Traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Calian. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Are you not even aware my father is dead?
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
I'm not eager to tell him, Your Majesty.
Of that, I have no doubt. You will see him again once the battle is over, I am certain. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the darkspawn for the time being.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here.
He doesn't seem to take darkspawn very seriously.
True. Despite the victory so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Level up! Okay, let's do this. Okay, I have all the strength I think I need right now. I'm going to work dexterity, constitution. Let's do willpower. We want a little more of that. Oh, we can do a skill. I'm gonna go expert combat training. Good battles even. Small bonus to attack. Warriors gain extra. Warriors and Rogue gain 3rd tier weapon talents. I mean, I don't have any 3rd tier weapons at the moment, but when I get them, it's nice to have this. Plus, talents in this, skills in this game are not terribly, aren't terribly useful in my opinion. Oh, a talent as well. Shield Pummel, that's good. Okay, we have reached Ostagar. Now this is, in the legend of the game, Ostagar was a tower built a long time ago to fight off an enemy, which, after the Blight started...
You must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you, though. The Ostagar was built as a fortress in order to protect the lands from an enemy that was down in the south. When the Blights started and all the darkspawn started flooding the area, the Ostagar was abandoned. Even after the Blights ended, it was never really occupied again. As you can see, it's been abandoned for some time, large trees growing in the middle of the courtyard and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, although a number of the buildings have collapsed partially, it's still a defensible location, which is why the king has set up down in this area in order to defend against the darkspawn, which seem to have accumulated down south. So darkspawn over here, we're going to go take a look at him.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die. Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Okay, that is a darkspawn. We haven't encountered any of those in the actual gameplay yet. It looks orcish. The idea behind the darkspawn is that they are a sort of weird genetic fuck-up of the various different species or races that you'll see in this game. Once we get off into the wilds, we'll go and encounter a number of them, and I'll explain a little more about that later.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
It does seem as though the king has made a bit of an error in doing all this stuff. The king has gotten... Oh, I thought there was going to be someone here. What are you doing?
My faith says, blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
Blessed are the cheesemakers? Well, anyway, all of these games tend to have the king is either some sort of, like, extraordinarily wise individual who everybody looks up to, or a corrupt tyrant. So I think one of the first games that I played where the king is just a dumbass who's in all of this just for the glory of things. And you definitely get the feeling that he is making an incredible mistake by pulling his army together here and doing the stuff that he's trying to do. All the king wants to do is to fight the darkspawn, fight the archdemon, and end the blight and write himself into history, pretty much. And it's not everybody seems to have a particularly high opinion of him. In fact, Earl Howe, if we talked to him more in the beginning of the game, we would have heard his rather non-flattering opinion of the king. But anyway, the guy that we're looking for is off in this direction. Oh, here's one of our fellow recruits.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be. Oh,
Me and Sir Knight were just betting on what the third recruit would be. Me? I was hoping for a comely lass with golden hair and terrible eyesight. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice. You take what you get, right? Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
We are not the only potential Grey Warden that was brought into this place. That guy was another one of them. And he's... I mean, we'll see him and talk to him and stuff later.
In the name of Andraste, I bless... Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will, thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
I have found that this game has a certain bugginess when trying to record it using this solution that I've been using, which was... I use the program Bandicam to record the video and all that stuff I do with this. I also sometimes use the program Fraps, but Bandicam produces smaller files so they don't take up all the space on my hard drive. Bandicam, also while using Bandicam, I tend to work it with the NVENC, the hardware H.264 encoder that's included with my NVIDIA video card. Unfortunately, the game was a little buggy and I couldn't load up this level. It would crash like 4 seconds into the last video. I tried using QuickSync, Intel's QuickSync, which is another hardware H.264 encoder, but it's installed on the Intel GPU that's included in the processor package, but that unfortunately had this effect of slowing down the recording and rendering process, which made everything jumpy. So I'm using a software-based MPEG-1 encoder, and I'm not sure how the quality of the video is turning out. Staring at the readout, the file sizes aren't as big as I was expecting, so I'm thinking the quality might not be that good. But I won't be able to know this until I'm finished producing this episode.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The darkspawn are coming.
There are Grey Wardens here, you know.
The Grey Wardens will die. The King will die. We'll all die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What's wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just... terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Yeah, you're insane. What's going on over here?
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
No, I haven't.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's, come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
I don't think I want to touch that. I'll take that.
What? But you can't do that. Ah, guard!
What? What in Andraste's name did you do that for? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't give you the right to go and kill anyone you please. Explain yourself.
He lunged at me. I had to defend myself.
I suppose you did it there. Fair enough. Well, no skin off my teeth. When they ask me why he's dead, that's what I'll tell them.
Oh, that was fucked up. Anyway, we got ourselves a key. So what's over here?
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
You suck, you know that? Hello, what do we have here? Ah, those crazy bastards.
Prayer of your sons and daughters.
I wonder if I can ruin this by running up there.
Now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our dark.
No, I can't.
Watch over the valiant King Calian.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I'm Bruce.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You've faced darkspawn before.
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between darkspawn and the Fade?
The Fade's where you go. Well, what does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Alrighty, Win. Now, this is the chest we're talking about?
That course of action. Welcome, young man. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
Yeah, considering how slowly you speak, I'm assuming you have a lot of time on your hands.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
You speak strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
Chantrey claims magic is sinful.
Not sinful in and of itself. They claim it leads to sin. And there is a basis for that argument. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Perhaps they should tranquil all mages then.
You might feel differently were you a mage.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
Yeah, I want you to go away. I want you to go away so I can raid this frickin'
That course of action is inadvisable. Welcome, young man. Indeed, the circle makes tranquil those with... The brand is a minor price to pay. I am pleased to serve as a merchant. Goodbye. Welcome, young man. The Tranquil have learned their runes. The irony, perhaps, is that it...
Okay, I don't know how to do this. Maybe I'll steal this from this guy instead. I don't know what to do. The hell with you. Moving on. That whole tranquil thing sounds a little bit unpleasant. This building has seen better days. Okay, the person we're looking for is named Alistair. He's another one of the Grey Wardens. He's just over in this direction here.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You're a very strange man.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Would that make your day worse?
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of being turned into a toad at any given moment. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. From Highever. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Let's get on with it then.
Eager, are we? Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was that about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes. The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Oh, let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
This guy kind of looks like the king. But I'm sure it's nothing. So many locked things around here. I can't get into any of them. It's irritating. Maybe you can distract this guy while I steal his stuff.
That course of... Welcome, young man.
Anyway. Before I head back, I'll end the episode.